Hey guys, it's Jacqueline.
And it's Gabrielle.
And you're watching
Trial and Error. Ooh. I love that we both remembered to do that without telling each other to do that.
I know, it's our thing.
I just knew.
Next road trip, we should do this the whole time. Actually, next road trip, we're going to be like, when in doubt, reroute.
I used that this weekend.
I used it this weekend. I don't think he understood why.
My whole family knew. I love that they knew I was saying that, and they're like, oh, that's you and Jackie's catchphrase. I'm like, yeah, and I love that they all knew. Because I was like, it's okay, guys, like, when in doubt, reroute, and they're like, oh, they all, like, freaked out.
What'd you do this weekend?
We went to the mall and we walked, because little Melody, my little niece, she's, like, walking now, and she has these little squeaky shoes, and so we just let her run. She, like, runs. She just was, like, running the whole mall. And so we went there, and they took some wrong turns to get there. But it was good.
That's okay, because when in doubt,
reroute. And I side note, I also tried a bow place called Bowing Out in the Eugene Mall.
A what?
It was like bow, like bow, like buns, like
pork
buns and stuff.
Yeah, what is it called?
It's called Bowing Out.
Oh.
And it was amazing. And I tried for the first time dessert bow with condensed milk. And I'm having dreams. Gosh, sorry, Lord. I'm having dreams about it. I'm going to go back. We'll go there and we'll try it. You'd like the pork bun. Or you might like the chicken bun, too. And you can do, like, just a vegetable, not fried one.
Wow, and you've never had one? That was your first time?
I've had bao, but that was, like, that first time having that one. And that was my first time having dessert bao with condensed milk. I haven't had that. But I see it on a lot of, like, stuff. And I'm always like, oh, I should try that.
Wow, I love that.
But, yeah. So, that's a little side note.
You know what I've been drinking lately? I saw this trend on like Instagram or TikTok or something, and it's like you know how they have like dirty sodas? Mm-hmm. This is kind of like the same idea. I did like a Fairlife Core Power, like the 42 grams of protein, and then a Diet Dr. Pepper.
Oh, you told me about
It's like a milkshake. Did I send you the video?
You didn't send it to me, but I saw that you posted it, and I liked it, and I was like, oh, that's that shake she was talking about.
It's like a flow.
I should give that a try. But I've been doing that chia seed one. But she can't have chia seeds. I've been doing like a weight loss. She's been doing the protein shake. I've been doing like a weight loss shake every morning and fasting.
You're thriving.
It's rough. I'm trying to be a skinny legend in Asia. We're trying. For all my mini skirts I'm going to wear.
Oh, I love that for you. Do you know what the weather's going to be like?
It's supposed to be 70s.
Ooh.
I'm excited. For all the updates for all the 12 subscribers, we got a new subscriber. Whoever you are, it's not family because all my family's already subscribed. So, and I asked, I was like, did somebody else subscribe? And like, they just forgot, and they're all like, no. And I'm like, so this is a new subscriber, and they have it hidden, like you can't tell who it is. So whoever you are, thank you. We love you. But update for you is I am exactly one day less of a month till I am on my trip to Asia, going to Japan for a week, and I'm going to Korea for 2 weeks. It's been like a lifelong dream of mine, and I'm so excited.
We are so excited for her.
So.
I'm curious to know how much money you spend.
I know.
You should like log it all.
I will.
Yeah.
I'm going to record it. I'm going to vlog it. I even told AJ, I'm like, I'm actually, because last trip I went with my friend who's going, we went to Salem, Massachusetts, and I had it was the first trip we had gone to together as a friend, as friends. We had been friends for a while, but hadn't been on a trip together. So I was like, oh, I probably shouldn't vlog because what if she thinks that's weird or she doesn't like it? And then after the trip, it went really well. We had no hiccups, and she's like, you could vlog. Why didn't you vlog? And I was like, well, I don't know if you thought it would be weird. I don't have a lot of followers. It's not like. She's like...
You just don't want to make people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. I don't know if she wants to be in it. I don't want to make it seem ingenuine. The trip was for her. It was her. She'd always wanted to go there.
Oh, that's so exciting.
So, this one's for me, though. So, she even said, this trip is for you.
So, you have to vlog.
Vlog it. So, I'm going to vlog and...
GoPro everywhere.
Oh, I should get a GoPro. You should have... She also skydived this following weekend. No, the previous weekend. And you should have GoPro'd it. Well, I guess they did, technically.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, no, they did. I should make my own YouTube page.
I think you should.
Yeah, maybe I will.
If we both had YouTube pages, it's I'm telling you, my favorite vloggers I ever watched. Wow, I have a lot of energy today. But my favorite vloggers is my second one.
Alani. Second one. Second one. This girl, talking about Alani's, This girl, side note, there's this new flavor that came out. What is it? Strawberry.
I shouted it out last podcast.
Oh my gosh! And it's been a journey.
It's hard to find it. I don't know what, Alani, you sponsor all these people with all these followers, and like I get it, like great, but you could do a service to the general public, like me. And there's people like us who don't have the privilege of that many followers, and we are driving. Not yet. And maybe never also, but whatever. We're having a good time. But I have to drive all over Oregon, multiple cities, to find it.
We did.
And even then, I haven't been able to find it since. So you know how rough it is over here? You could just send me a couple boxes. Just a couple.
Just a couple cans.
Just a couple cans. I do drink 2 a day, so do the math. Okay, not always 2 a day. That would have a heart attack.
I've been trying to cut back on my caffeine.
I have been too, actually. I've been trying to convert to those smoothies, but then...
It's just not the same sometimes. Just an energy drink hits different.
There's some days where it's been 2 days since I've had one. But there's some days where you're like, I need it today. Like, I can't.
I was talking with someone this weekend, and I think I realized I've cut back a lot in the... Listen, if you know, you know. Listen, so I looked it up, and you should have up to 400 milligrams of caffeine a day. And then, like, if you have more than 600, that's like... So you're, like, to your max. You should not have any more.
I should have... I've only had... See how full it is. It's like I've had, like, 2 sips. Honestly, sometimes, I don't know, if anyone out there feels this, like my mom knows this about me, actually. Maybe this is a relatable thing. Sometimes I buy a drink and I have, like, none of it. Like, I have 2 sips. It's just the fact that I want to have the feeling of a drink in my hand.
Oh, no, I think every girl gets it. I mean, you have your, like, Stanley. You have your, or your hydro jug. You have your, like... your water, you have your iced coffee, you have your, like, energy drink. Yeah, like, I think every girl gets it.
It's, like, it's just a thing where you need to have it. So sometimes I crack open another one, and I really don't need to. I'd finished the other can too early. And I should have salvaged it a little longer. So now I just want to hold one, which is not economically smart.
You know, I wish we could hold water bottles like that. Like, what if we just carried 4 water bottles?
I know. I mean, I have a water bottle.
I mean, I do too, but, like, what if, like, what if we craved holding a water? I mean, sometimes I do, but sometimes I think that means I'm dehydrated when I crave water.
Yeah, when I'm, like, really craving water, I think I'm just thirsty.
Listen, one of my friends this weekend, kind of one of my friends, I'd say he's a friend. I like him. He's cool. I was walking out of their house, and, he had a water bottle that was, like, I don't know, this thing was huge. It was like 32. No, it had more than 32 ounces. It was like 60.
Was it just a jug of milk then?
It was probably the same size, but it was like the metal so to like keep it cool, you know, like the insulated water bottles. And I was like impressed that he had that. I was like, wow. He was telling me that when he was like back in his health kick, he was drinking like 2 of those a day.
2 a day?
2 a day. That's wild.
I know, you're supposed to...
Him.
I actually stuck to it. For a while, I was doing 3 water bottles a day required. But now I'm like, let's just get through 1.
Yeah, I need to be better at drinking water.
Well, but also, like, I don't know if you remember, like, I think they still do it. Back in the day, I used to remember a lot of, like, my dad at the fire station, a lot of the guys, like, they played for LB, the local basketball, like, the college. I don't know why a lot of them played for LB, but they did. And they would all carry, so they would get milk jugs, and then once they would empty them and they'd clean them out, and they would just use those as water bottles, and they would have it with them the whole day. And they would have to finish one of those a day.
No, that was like a thing. Like, I think that was like a trendy thing that was trending for a while. Not for like our generation. I want to say it was like the generation above us. Like, it was millennials.
That like One Tree Hill era.
I think those are millennials.
That's millennials.
Yeah.
Which I liked One Tree Hill, but that was like not our. It was like the group above us. Yeah. But they all would carry, like, especially the athletes, like the basketball players, and that was the same era where they wore like the wrist sweatbands.
That was the same era that would cut out their t-shirts. I'm sorry, I didn't say you.
The arms.
Yeah, they would cut out their t-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was that era. Because I remember when I was, like, really young, my older brother is that generation, my oldest, because he's 30 to 32. and he used to pay me $5 to cut his shirts.
No.
He would give me like a pack of 5 of shirts, and he'd be like, "I'll pay you $5," because I used to cut them really well. I don't know why I was so good at it. And he'd pay me $5, and I'd be like, "All right." I'd sit at the kitchen table and just cut all.
No,
their
but
shirts.
I remember those times I was in middle school, and I remember like our volleyball team was like, "Let's cut these out," and I'm like, "Yeah." My mom was like, "What are you doing?"
And it's like we had like no boobs or anything back then, and so it was just like those like kid sports bras underneath with the cutouts, and we thought we were so cool.
Oh, I need to realize sometimes I pick on my niece for wearing a crop top. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but she's in middle school. And I need to realize, like,
we were doing that. I mean,
wow.
I remember some stuff I did. Like, I remember I did thick eyeliner at one point in middle school.
Oh, thick eyeliner. Sometimes I was so into eyeliner in middle school, I'm like, oh, gotta get that wing, you know?
Oh, yeah. And I did the liquid.
What do you mean the liquid?
Like, you know, there's the liquid in the stick. Mm-hmm. I would do, like, liquid elf. It used to come in, like, looking like a vial type of thing.
Oh, yeah. I like that one.
It was a good one, but, like, it looked like I was painting my face. Like, I would have thick liquid eyeliner, and I thought I was, like, pretty. And I looked at some pictures. It was like when I looked at my college pictures of my eyebrows. Do you remember those dark days? If you can ever...
She said those dark days.
I mean, they're not fantastic now, but I get them, you know, waxed and I get them dyed. But if you go back, if you can find Gabrielle Morgan college eyebrows, delete all evidence. I still have... My mom... It's on Facebook. It literally was just like... It was to the point... I saw a picture, like a memory popped up of a Snapchat video of me. And you could see my actual real eyebrow, even though it's blonde, coming out this way. And then you could see the pencil going complete opposite way. So it looked like a pencil and a real... It literally looked like I had 2 eyebrows.
So listen. This weekend, I was like...
Shout out Yoongi! For all you BTS fans.
I just started wearing blush recently, like, as of, like...
Yeah, you never used to wear blush.
No. So as of recent... I don't have any on right now. But as of, like, 2 years ago, I started wearing blush.
I think you did because I wear blush a lot.
Yes. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to add some color. But for the longest time, I wouldn't even do, like, eyeshadow.
No.
And I think I was
don't.
Scarred. Scarred. Not really. I'm being dramatic.
Trauma.
Because, like, back when we, like, did high school dance team, that makeup was, like, something else. Like, like, don't get me wrong. Shout out to, like, all our makeup people.
Yeah,
thank you.
AKA moms.
Like, thank you so much.
It just was... Okay, so...
Sometimes coaches.
If you know, you know. If you were on dance team in high school...
Truly, if you know, you know. That's just really...
It's different than... Because I was competitive dance from a studio, and I was dance team. Mm-hmm. And it's a completely different world. Competitive dance, you can do light makeup. It's more just straight skill-based. Dance team is a whole... It's... You're judged on... makeup, you're judged on facials. Facials is a big part of the score sheet. You're judged on all this stuff, but you're being judged from like a really far distance. So the judges, when you're on a stage and you're doing competitive dance, it's much closer. Dance team, it's like at the top of the bleachers are the judges, and then you're on the floor.
But my point being is like the makeup was like so crazy that I think it like...
I mean, blush.
Like I think I was like too scared to like put on like color on my face. And I found a picture.
Oh, I still have a lot of the pictures. Category season.
Is that new?
Which one?
That one.
This one?
Yeah.
No, I got this in New York. It's Postman Jimin. Jimmy.
Why haven't I seen it?
It always sits right up there. It usually gets hidden, though, because it gets hidden behind all the other stuff.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna get cold.
Isn't it cute?
It can't deliver the mail.
It was a Christmas... It's a Christmas special.
A Christmas special. Did someone buy this for you? Did you buy it for yourself?
I bought it for myself. There was a flag store in New York City in Times Square. BTS flag. I don't wonder if it's still there. I remember I would go there every day and buy stuff. Because your girl likes... She's an army. For all my fellow armies.
I don't remember how this topic came into play.
Dance?
Makeup. We were talking about makeup.
This isn't even the topic of our podcast.
No.
It's okay.
Our topic, we'll get to that. Back to makeup, you know what? I don't know.
It's okay. We can go to the topic.
Going back to, yeah, but real quick,
Yeah, shut up, real quick.
No. Guys, she's my best friend. I would never tell her to shut up.
You could tell me to shut up.
Maybe sometimes.
I was like, we could tell each other to shut up.
Going back to makeup in like middle school, cutting t-shirts. I feel like I went through such an awkward phase in middle school, and I don't think middle schoolers go through that anymore.
No, it's because of the makeup and stuff. It's a different world. And honestly, too, have you seen... I've seen this on TikTok. I always am referencing TikToks on these damn podcasts. But it will be like me when I was 13. It's those embarrassing videos when we used to make... Remember we used to make, like, music videos? And it was, like, in our Aeropostale tops, our tank tops.
Our Hollister
and our,
tops.
like, matching, like, probably Hollister sweatpants or something. And it was just the most embarrassing music video you could ever see. And our hair was, like, raggedy. It was just terrible.
Raggedy. I don't know who you're talking about, raggedy, because I was not raggedy.
Okay, you were cute. I didn't want to shower, so my hair. I showered, but I didn't like to wash my hair that much when I was young.
I lived with all girls. They would pick on me.
I had 2 boys as brothers, so you can imagine the difference.
I thought you were gonna say I had 2 boys.
I had 2 kids as a young 13-year-old.
Sometimes people make comments and they're like, okay, guys, so on our little beginning tangent, you getting to know Jacqueline and Gabrielle just a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Let's go into our topic. So today's topic, we are talking about long-distance friendships. Mm-hmm. I think our first episode, we did talk a little bit about how we did long-distance for a while. Mm-hmm. It continues on and off. I feel like we see each other pretty often. Yeah. I would say now that we're on the same coastline, like you're on the West Coast now. Yeah. For the most part, I say we see each other more, than the East Coast. But I think we see each other pretty often. I don't know. I feel like we do long distance very well.
Very, very well.
Very well.
We never have hiccups.
No, I think we're very compatible as friends. Mm-hmm. Somehow, like, I was just incredibly blessed, and you just came into my life because.
Same, yeah. Because I don't know if just the type of friends we are, I don't know how I could find another best friend that's so similar.
Yeah.
I don't know how
I would say we're more like sisters now. Yeah. Yeah, we
definitely
share
family.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Like I like rely, like you're part of me.
Yeah. In like a healing way.
Yeah, in a healing way.
I don't think I tell you this enough, and I don't think I give you enough credit, but like I will be having a bad day, and if I call you, I'm so much more level-headed.
Me too. Yeah. And if I'm sad, because I get my little depression episodes, calling you, I just feel happy again. Which is good, because there's not a lot of people, there's no one else that makes me feel like that. Not even I love my family, don't get me wrong, but it's different with Jackie.
Yeah, like I don't know about you, but for me, like, my stress is so much more tame. And I'm not saying my stress leaves, but it's so much more tame, and I feel manageable. I feel like empowered to take it on.
I feel like everything's gonna be okay.
Yes, everything's gonna be okay. That's perfect. I agree. And I would say it's been like that, like, no matter where, whether we're quite literally across the country from each other, or we're 14 hours away, or 10 minutes away. Not even. I don't think we've ever been 10 minutes away from each other. No. But, like...
Unless I'm, like, home.
Not even then. I think it's 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, still, like...
It just... Well, I mean, the start of our... I think also, for us, the start of our friendship was long distance from the beginning. So, we have been used to... Like, because we've known each other forever. Forever.
We've known each other, like, we've been... You know the invisible string theory?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's us. So I don't know if you guys know this, but the invisible string theory, I think it's like, you guys will meet at you will meet at the correct point in your life, but you will, like, find moments where you guys are in each other's life, but you'll just be at the same place at the same time at the correct moment of your life.
Exactly.
And I think that's us. Yeah. I think we've known about each other forever, probably.
We were even on dance team together.
Yeah, but even before that, like, I knew who she was.
Yeah.
I knew of you.
Yeah, I knew of
your
you.
Existence.
I knew who you were because we had mutual people in our lives.
So, like, I had known about her since I was probably, like, I don't know, like 9?
Probably, like, 9, yeah.
And I had seen her around and about, but, like, we never hung out one-on-one.
Never.
Until... And then when we did, it just clicked.
We talked about this the other day. We don't even really know how it, like, happened.
How it clicked.
And it just, like, literally one day we made the decision to hang out alone. This was, like, college years. And then we never stopped.
No, yeah.
It just... I couldn't tell you.
It was like a summer between, like, college. It was the summer between your freshman year to my sophomore year of college, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. Because it was that, it was right after my freshman year. So going into my second year of college, going into your...
Third year.
Going into your third year, right?
Guys, it took me 5 years to get a 4-year degree, but I think...
She also has multiple degrees because she works her butt off. Okay, so it's not like she got, like, a business, like, 1 degree and it took her 8 years to get 1. She has, like, 5 degrees.
No.
She's got, like, license and multiple stuff.
No.
She can do everything.
But, no, that's not true. Thank you, bestie. But, I think it was my 3rd year, and it was, like, the summer going into your 2nd year and my 3rd year.
Yeah, for sure.
And we just, like, decided we were gonna hang out just one-on-one. I think what happened is, like, going into your freshman year of college and my 2nd year of college, we hung out that summer. Yeah. But not, like, one-on-one.
It was through a mutual friend.
Mm-hmm. Through a couple mutual friends.
A couple.
And then I think that following summer it was more one-on-one. Mm-hmm. And then it just never stopped.
It just never stopped.
Like, that whole summer, I swear we were with each other,
every day.
Every day.
Every day. And then I went off to college and we just... kept talking. I would come home for all my breaks and summers. We would be together all the time. And then, I graduated, came home, and when I came home from college and I graduated, I would say that's when we got, like, sister level.
Yes.
I would say. Like, we were best friends, really getting close. I graduated, came home for a little bit, like a year. I was home for, like, a year, right? Mm-hmm. I was home for that, and that year, before I started travel nursing, we became, like, family.
Family. Like, no, it was probably the summer before you even graduated. It was, like, COVID time, because you had to come home.
Oh, because I did have to,
Yeah. So we were both in college. We were both, like, wrapping up college during COVID, and I think because we weren't out and about, we became really close. We became so close. Listen, once, like, we started hanging out so much. I don't know if I ever told you this, but once your brother was home.
Probably from the military?
Yeah. And I don't know if we had a party at your house or something. I don't really know. This was not during COVID, by the way. It was before. But, like, I think this is when we started getting close. Right before COVID, and then you had to come home. And I walked into your house one day. You weren't answering your phone. I walked into your house one day. The door was unlocked, the front door.
Sounds accurate.
I walk in, and I'm, like, looking for you. And I just couldn't find you. And I think the night before, we were all at your house, like, a handful of, like, a lot of people. I'm not going to say a party.
That doesn't even sound like me, because I don't have a lot of friends.
I think we were, like, in college, and it was just, like,
it was probably, like, you know, like, that little... we had kind of had a little teeny group that...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I walk in, and your brother's... I'm like, I thought it was you because his blanket was over him. And I go and look because I'm like, this girl's so tired from last night. And it was like 10 a.m. probably. And I'm like, maybe she's still sleeping, but I'm going to wake her up. And I lift up the blanket, and your brother was so mad at me. He was so...
Was it Caleb or Jacob?
It was Caleb.
I was going to say, Jacob gets mad when you wake him up from sleeping, but Caleb usually... Oh, yeah.
I think he was half asleep.
He probably...
And I just covered him up again, and I walked out of the house. But I don't remember when that was, but I think that's when we started getting close. And then after that, like, I think we both went through a lot of life things that happened, and I think we were there for each other, and I think that's when we started kind of, I don't want to say relying, but, like, when we started leaning on one another, and we realized that, like, we had so much love for each other and so much trust. I think that's, And
I would say, like, when we started talking about, like, our personal stuff we went through, it was a lot of it was similar. And then I also would say what I noticed is our conversations flowed super easy because we had a lot of the same morals and viewpoints. Mm-hmm. Like, we both, just everything we said, we would just go off one another.
I think we could relate. And, like, and with that, we could rely a lot on each other, on our emotions and coping with them because we could relate so much. So I think that's kind of, But, guys, I don't know if you guys have heard this, but if you are friends if your friendship can last more than 7 years, it'll last a lifetime. And I would say we're there.
We're
definitely there. Like, we're like, don't have kids yet.
No.
But
I'm far from.
But we know we're gonna be in each other's lives.
Oh yeah, and my kids are calling. That's how we became best friends that way.
Yeah.
And then we just started being long distance because of college, and then I started travel nursing, and my first travel assignment was in New York City, so halfway across.
Literally across the world.
Across, and that one was probably that tested our friendship the most, because it was so far, you didn't have time to fly out to New York, and I didn't fly home all that often.
But I think because of that, it did make us stronger in long distance, if that makes sense. I think we were so busy, that it, like,
And honestly,
but I will say, in college, like, even in college, we had our own group of friends. We went to different colleges, so we had our own group of friends, but we still talked pretty often. Like, when I was going through problems, I was still calling my best friend over other people.
Overall,
like, we were still really busy with college, and we were both working at the time, and we had, like, our social, I mean, it's college, you're so social in college.
Social, and then family stuff, and...
But when something was going on and when I needed someone, it was you.
You're always there.
Even when you had to go back during COVID, when you were here for a while and then you had to go back, there were a couple of times where I would go to your mom's house.
Yeah.
And, like, sit in your room for a little bit. I think I like, did that a handful of times where I was going through it and I didn't know who else to, like, rely on. And, like, clearly, like, my best friend wasn't here. So I would go to your, Even when you were here, if I was going through something, there was never a question. If I, like, had to be out of a situation or something, either called my best friend to pick me up, or I started driving to your house.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, like, it's not like we lived in the same town, but, like, I just knew that, like, wherever I was at, you were going to be there.
Yeah.
Like, even now, like, even if it's just a phone call, like, I know you're going to be there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No matter what, no matter how busy we are. And it just always worked. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It just happened naturally,
I think as we've gotten older, I think we've also valued our friendship more.
Yeah.
Once you start realizing people come and go in your life, I don't think you value everyone necessarily the best that you can, but I would say as we've gotten older, we valued each other's friendship a lot more.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's the main priority in my life, is our friendship. I, like, put it in the same, because, you know, your main priorities.
We are just so close.
It's a different level. It's to the point where
a different priority.
I don't have close friends. But my other close friends, they know. Like, they ask me about you. To the point where they know.
So many people, when they think of me, they think of you.
Yeah, when they think of...
They, like, categorize us. Yeah,
together.
They categorize us. Yes.
Jackie and Gabby are, like they put us as one. Like you're talking about one, they're talking about the other.
Dates. Not that I go on a lot of dates. But, like, not that I've been on a lot of dates. There you go. But, like, I can't tell you how many, like, times I've met new people and I'm, like, talking about you. Like, that's the topic.
Oh, yeah. I'll be driving somewhere, and the first thing they, like, when I'm talking on the phone with either one of my other two friends, they'd be like, oh, are you driving to Jackie's? That's, like, their assumption. Like, oh, you and Jackie going somewhere? Or, like, if I'm not at home, my mom's like, oh, you're with Jackie? Like, it's just the first place people go to. They just, even if I'm like, no, like, I'm just driving to the store. They're like, oh, I just assumed you were with Jackie. Like, that's just the first place they go to.
I love that. I will say it's just, like, you're like a part of me.
Yeah. That's what I meant. It's like, it's like that's why it's a different level. It's like, that's what I mean. I put you with family. It's like, you're just like, you're a part of me. You're my other half. Like, I just couldn't.
Yes, that's the perfect way. You're my other half. I'd say the same thing. I love it. But I think that's what I think COVID in a way strengthened our friendship. And then I think being tested long distance also strengthened our friendship. I think we learned how to still be with each other when we weren't with each other. Like,
and honestly, I feel like another thing in our friendship that is why it's lasted so long and why I love our friendship so much is because I don't feel pressure with it, because we both have the same mindset of, like, that empathy, like you said. Like, when we both are busy, like, she knows if I'm on a 3-day, 5-day work stretch, I'm not going to answer my phone. I probably won't. I'm probably dead to the world. I'm probably out of it. And I just don't have I probably won't. And then same with Jackie.
12-hour shifts.
I work 12-hour shifts. And same with Jackie, like, if she's having something with her family or she's with somebody or something and she's, like, doing something for a weekend, then I know, like, okay, like, I'll call her when she's back.
But I think that's because we are so good at communicating.
Yeah.
Oh, like, yeah. There's, like, I will know, like, I knew you had a long stretch of days off, but I couldn't remember where it was, but, like, we'll, like, communicate our schedules pretty well with each other. Not to the T. Not to the T, like, we don't write them down.
No.
But, like, we know it pretty well. And I think because we're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
To the next time we get to see each other and the next time we get to spend time with each other.
Yeah.
I think that's... And we prioritize it. I think that's why it sticks in our head and we remember. I'd say even, like, when we go through things, though, we still find a time to communicate with each other.
Always, yeah.
Like, even, like, sometimes during your long work stretches, I still get to have, like, even if it's a 20-minute phone call with you.
Yeah, I'll call you after on my way home and stuff sometimes.
Or, like, not this last weekend, but, like, a month ago, I was working out with someone that I don't get to see often as well. And I think you had called me. We were trying to call each other. And we just kept missing each other's phone calls. And they were so understanding. Honestly, that's what helps out too. We're really understanding. But they were so understanding because they're like, oh, you're calling your best friend.
Yeah. So people know. I'll be like, oh, I have to hang up. Like I want to talk to Jackie.
Yeah.
But also it goes vice versa because you're also super understanding with like even last week when I hadn't talked to that one friend in a while. It had been like 2 weeks and they had been trying to get a hold of me. And I felt terrible, and so they were calling me, and we were in the middle of a phone call, and I said, can I call you back? I'm so sorry. She's been trying to call me for, like, 2 weeks. And you were like, of course. And, like, I didn't feel... That's what I mean with our friendship. I don't feel pressure in the sense that other friends I've had in the past, I would then be overthinking, like, oh, they probably hate me. Like, I hung up mid-call. And, like, there has been friends where they have after stuff like that. They're like, oh, like, they feel like I'm picking someone else over them. But I don't feel that with you. I just feel love and understanding. So I never crossed my mind that, oh, Jackie's going to be mad at me because I did this.
Yeah,
all that crosses my mind is, oh, my best friend's so understanding that I know she won't care.
I love that. I would say the same thing. Yeah, I would say the same thing because at the end of the day, when I really need you, you're there.
You're there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, like, these little things... They're so minimalistic because whenever I'm going through a big thing in my life, you're always there. And that's such a great thing. Like, you have been there through so many phases of my life.
I know.
And you've stuck around. There's one thing I will say. That is something that I absolutely love. And I can truly say that, like, that is true love. The aspect that, like, you have loved me and stuck by my side through so many parts of my life.
I always love you.
And, like, that's so genuine. And, I think... I don't know about everyone, but I think there's an aspect of, like, being nervous that, like, your friends are going to leave if you don't give them enough time or something. Like, you're going to ruin something great, and I would say this is something great. But if there's one constant in my life that I know is going to be there besides family...
It's you.
It's you.
Yeah, and a lot of people know if you have, like abandonment issues or some type of issues, I think this is a very... common for some people depending on what you've experienced in your life, but a consistent fear is always people leaving, and that's a big thing with me and Jackie, and I think we both have that issue where we always think. That's why I think that my mind goes to I tend to be insecure in friendships where I'm like, oh, I'm not doing enough, they're not going to want to be my friend anymore because of this and this and this.
I think as I've gotten older in therapy
I should go.
I think I've realized that, like, people are going to come and go, and I can't, that doesn't fall on who I am.
Exactly.
But it is something nice, the fact that, like, a consistent is always going to be you.
Exactly.
No matter what, it's going to be you.
The basic of what I was saying is I don't feel that with you.
Like, you don't question it.
I don't question. I never ever felt that with you in my life. I just know you're there. I don't doubt. I'm confident in our friendship. And I'm not confident in most things in my life. I have a lot of it, like, which I've gotten better. She knows that about me. My confidence has gotten a lot better. I've been working through a lot of things, so that I have gotten way, way better in that aspect, and I am more confident than I used to be. But the one thing that I've always been confident in is my friendship with you. I've never doubted that. Even when I've been completely not confident about every other thing in my life.
Yeah. I've definitely had friendships, and I think you're right. The fact that we're so understanding for one another because we're there. We're very genuine people, and I think we're going to be there for someone when they absolutely need it, but we still have our life going on, of course.
Yeah.
But I think I've had friendships where they just they're not as understanding. So I think
I think there's like a lot of times in friendships, I think, and I always say this because I'm trying to always speak words of light and words of my faith, so I'm trying to be better. But like, I think there is some people where it's just your personalities, what you require from a friendship or what you expect from a friendship maybe doesn't align with somebody else. Mm-hmm. And I don't think either person's in the wrong. Because I've had that personally where there's things with me that I can't do as a friend. I can't give you. And there's things with someone else, but they expect that. And in their eyes, that is what a good friend is. That is what makes a friendship. And that's totally okay. I don't think that person's in the wrong, but you know what? I also don't think I'm in the wrong. I think there's just some things because of my life, because the way my brain processes, because the way I deal with anxiety, stress, and stuff in my life, I can't give you that. Mm-hmm. And
that's okay.
That's okay. And me and Jackie, that's just where we've always said that we've been in alignment. Like the things we expect in a friendship or the things that there's really nothing we require. We're just there for each other.
I would say just being there for each other when we need it and sticking around.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we've done that throughout our whole lives, and there's just never been any issues. Mm-hmm. I don't think we've ever had an issue ever.
No. I think there was a point where, I will say, and I don't know if I've ever told you this, there was a point in our friendship where I was like, I don't feel like I'm being a good friend.
Me too. I've had that too.
And I don't think I told you because I think I was insecure about it.
I think, yeah.
There was a point where I was like, she's feeding more into my cup than I am feeding into her cup. Yeah. And I think that, however, I think because I realized that and I was like, I don't want to do that because, like, I don't want to lose you as a friend.
No, yeah.
Granted, I didn't think you were going to necessarily, like, I wasn't nervous that you were going to leave, but, like, I don't want to cause something that would make you not feel wanted or not feel as loved. So I think I'm glad I was cautious about that because I think that changed my mindset and how I and how I'm being a friend and if I'm giving just as much as you're giving.
No, and that's probably the only thing I would say I've had is like there's no issues with you. It's been me. I told you this morning. Even this morning, I prayed when I was praying to God. I was like, oh gosh. And I was praying about fear of losing friends and stuff. And the number one thing I always say is, I just don't want to lose Jackie. Like, am I not doing enough? And that's a consistent fear. Because I also always feel like, because when I get tired and stuff, I go MIA. You know this about me. I go MIA. Mm-hmm. And I just, like, there's stints in life where I just shut out from everybody. I don't even reply to my mom. Like, I just go blank. And it's just personal stuff. And then those are the moments where I'm like, wow, that's what I'm not doing enough. Like, Jackie wouldn't do that. She wouldn't go MIA. So, like, then I think in my head, like, I need to be better. I need to stop being so selfish. And then I get that in my head, too. So, like, those are the only things I have also. But it's nothing to do with you. It's me.
That's interesting you say that. Because when I have felt, like, in that period, and it's been, like, almost a year since I felt, longer, probably. This was probably during COVID, maybe. Or, like, I think it was, like, during COVID, maybe. But there was a point where you had made, like, a couple comments to me. It was right after graduation, right after we graduated college. And, like, you had made some comments about how you were, like, feeling and stuff. And I didn't realize you were feeling like that. But I think it was a point where maybe you were kind of going, like, a little MIA. Yeah. And I was like, wow, I'm not being a good friend reaching out. Because I think it does go both ways. Like, I can reach out to you, and I, like, think I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know she was going through all of this. Like, I should be a better friend.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I was like, she would be checking up on me.
Yeah, and then that's what I say. In my head, Jackie wouldn't even do that. Like, we're so in sync. Wow, look at that. We just did our own therapy over a podcast.
Wow, these are, like, things I didn't realize. Like, I didn't know you were feeling like this.
Honestly, we've never talked about that until this right now, actually. We've never had that, like, we've never brought that up. But no, yeah. Like, those are consistent fears of mine. But it never once did it cross my mind that you weren't there for me. It was that I need to stop being
And mine was the other way. Yeah. We, like, both had the same feeling.
But just reversed it because we just care about each other.
Yeah.
So much.
We're over here talking about how you need good communication, and we were lacking
and
that.
We were lacking that.
But that's another way.
That's another thing we have in common is we don't tend to go to people when we're going through stuff.
Besides each other. But we could do it a little bit more.
Because I think it's also, like, where we love each other, so we don't want to...
Put another strain on. But I think since then, I think it's been... Maybe this was, like, when we were feeling like this kind of the same time. Was it, like, after graduation?
Yeah.
After college? Yeah, I would say as of recently, the past couple years, I haven't felt like that, though. No. I feel like we like, are in sync, and we, like, just do it. We, like...
I think it's very natural. Yeah. In my opinion, me and Jay just feels super natural.
Agreed.
So I never worry. Like, I just feel like we're always equal ground.
Yeah,
whatever we're doing.
I agree. I will say, going back to communication, I think being long distance has helped us a lot in that aspect, growing in that, because, like, I think we are better friends now than we were to each other, like we just said, like, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. We were still
really good. We've always been good to each other. Yes, we've never...
But I think we've been better friends.
We've been better. Yeah.
But I think, I mean, we found new ways to communicate and stuff. I mean, we live in a society where technology is, like, in the palm of our hands, quite literally. So I think that helps out a lot. We call each other...
we all the time.
All the time. We're going to the grocery. You could be in... This, I will say, when I was on the West Coast, you were in the East Coast, I will say the time difference.
That was the biggest thing.
That was a little hard. But we did it.
We made it work.
It was, like, times where, like, I was heading to the gym, and, like, you had already worked out because you had been up hours before me. Or, like, I was going grocery shopping and you had already been up hours before me. Or I was going out and I wanted to, like, debrief. Debriefs are big in long distance.
We love a debrief.
They are big. They're just big in women friendships. Debriefs are it.
Are everything.
We can have the same night, but a debrief and a different point of view...
It's different.
It's different.
And then our debriefs, though, I will say, maybe some people won't like them. They're long because we get sidetracked on little side stories. Forget what we were even originally talking about, and then we get stuck on details that aren't that important. Like, we'll spend 20 minutes talking about which door we entered, or I don't know, just some random it's not even important. It doesn't add to the story, but we just feel like we have to talk about it. So our debriefs are long. Like, I remember one time when I tried to debrief with my dad. I don't remember what we were doing. I was like, let me do a debrief with my dad. No one was available. I can't remember why, but, like,
no one gets excited for me.
No one.
Nobody.
No one. And I was like, I couldn't call Jackie. I can't remember why at this moment. It was, like, a random time. And so I was like, well, frick, who am I going to call? So I was like, my dad, I think's awake. So I called my dad, and he was like, is this story almost done? You've been talking about it for 20 minutes. And I was like, you know what? Forget it. Forget the story.
Let me just call Jackie.
I'll wait till Jackie's available. I don't want to do this anymore. Because he said I took too long. He's like, get to the point. I'm like, you don't get it. It's the process.
The process.
He didn't understand it, though.
The debrief is everything. Mm-hmm. I will say my little sister's pretty good at debriefing also. But she's also younger than me. So it just, like, doesn't hit the same.
Yeah.
But, the time difference was probably the hardest when we tried to debrief for each other.
Oh, yeah.
That was probably
that one took a little bit more planning. Yes. Like, I remember at that point, I would always look up what time is it and all, like, whatever, because I would always forget.
Because you know how you have time clocks for other places? Yeah. One of mine's New York.
Yeah, one of mine, and so mine was Oregon, so I was like, usually what we do with each other is, like, a lot of my other friendships, I plan calls. I do, because it's just, I don't know, we just have to. But I don't really feel the need to plan them with you. I just kind of call you.
We did for a little bit.
We did have to for a little bit, but a lot of the times, I will say majority of our calls are just us just being in the car or something and saying, oh, let me call Jackie, let me call.
It requires a lot of missed calls.
Though. A lot of missed calls, but, like, that's okay. And at that point in time, I would want to go click, oh, let me just call her and be like, wait, I can't do that anymore. She could be asleep. I don't know what time it is. So when I was in New York, I had to actually think before I clicked her name.
Yeah, same. A couple of times. Sometimes I would call you and then get the call the next day because you were, like, already in bed. That's true. That was probably the hardest part. But then, oh my gosh, did that show me patience. Oh, and that made me so grateful because when we were both on the same time when we were both finally on the same time, it just made it so much easier.
It just made it, and then
but
honestly,
it made me so grateful for having you so close, even though you're
grateful.
like 17 hours away. But it made me so.
It's
grateful.
a difference. I didn't realize how far and how much I missed you till I was in New York. And then when I went to work in California, I was like, oh my gosh.
Like, this is like, even though it's like 17 hours, we're 17 hours away from each other, 14 hours away from each other, whatever. It was just, we were so grateful.
So grateful. And we did, oh gosh, it just was so much better. And then we did a road trip from New York to California. And that's another thing we probably have to actually move along with because we're almost at an hour. But, I will say for we'll do part 2 or something.
Yeah.
But I will say for friendships, if you, this is like a thing people say that a road trip will test the friendship, and that's like that. It will, like, most people don't come out of road trips friends. We can't relate to that at all.
It was so natural.
It was so.
When we tell you, we didn't even take the shortcut to get to California. We decided we were gonna go.
Because we wanted to go through Texas.
Yes.
So we went like a extra couple hours or something.
Instead of going the short way, we just added maybe a couple more days. And we went from there. But yeah, you hear these friendships that don't make it past like spending 4 or 5 days together, like consistently. Mm-hmm. And when we tell you, we were in a packed car. When we tell you it was packed. It was packed. Like, there was no leaning your seat back.
No.
Packed.
I was in New York for a year at that point. So it was everything, like roughly a year. Everything I had brought to New York, which was my whole damn closet, because I can't pack light. And then on top of that, I didn't have a lot of friends in New York, so I was shopping all the time. So that plus all the clothes I had added over that year, packed into a car. All the way across. We couldn't see out the back.
No.
It was not safe. We could not see out the back.
We really were like, let's drive across country. I can't see it.
We made it though.
We did.
And we had
such a great time. When I tell you that was the best decision. It was the best decision.
That was my favorite, like, vacation I've had. And it wasn't even like a vacation.
When
like we
were driving, we would drive, stop at a hotel, go have
like drinks usually.
Yeah, enjoy the scenery.
The nightlife and the scenery.
And then sleep a few hours and get up and do it all over again. But it was amazing. It was amazing. And honestly, like, I had so many laughs. I don't know if we were delusional from the lack of sleep. And the amount of energy drinks we had. We had so many energy drinks. We actually have a road trip coming around the corner here in like the next month. So
girl's finally going back to California. But we're road tripping. But we've road tripped in between there too. Basically every time I have drove to California to start working again, you road tripped it with me. So we've road tripped a lot.
But our first road trip, it was so natural.
It was so natural.
We knew. Tell me, okay, guys, if you guys don't think this, please drop a comment or something, or respond to us or message us. But like, the drivers drink. We like just naturally knew this. If you're in the passenger, you're the responsible of putting the straws in the drink. Correct. If you're the passenger, you're responsible about where the cup placement goes. And the driver gets the front cup holder.
Yes.
The passenger gets the back cup holder. We just knew this. If you're in the passenger, you're responsible of opening up the snacks and getting them prepared for the 100%. Driver.
If you're getting out of the car, you pile up all the trash in a bag and dump it.
Every time you stop. Stop. Would you say, question, who's in charge of music? Would you say it's the driver, or would you say it's the passenger?
I would say, well...
I don't know, because as a driver, when we did our road trip, we played the music we wanted as the driver.
I think because one of us would be sleeping. Yeah, okay, if you're driving...
We hardly slept.
We didn't sleep that much. I guess the driver. That one I'm not as picky about, though, I will say. Because I will say a lot of the times we were talking.
Yeah, we talked and talked and talked a lot. We were having such a good time. And then I would say the passenger is responsible of responding to the other person's phone.
Yes. Okay, that one, yeah. And then the passenger replies to the text messages for the driver. If you're not close enough to where they can respond for you, then...
You need to take someone else.
You shouldn't be on a road trip with that person. Because I'd let this girl have my phone for a month and do whatever the hell she pleases with it.
There was one time we were out in San Diego for, like, a birthday trip, for my birthday trip, and I got my phone stolen. If you know me and you've been on other trips with me, not the first time.
Not new news.
And this girl was like, so I got my phone stolen, or it just went missing. I shouldn't say what I don't know.
Someone was selling roses.
So, we don't know.
We don't know. We don't want to be accusing people of crimes. Allegedly, as they say on podcasts, that person may have stole her phone. Because that's exactly the time it went missing. And she had it right before. So it just logically makes sense.
I'm kind of bummed because I took so many cute pictures.
I know, because we took all those ones I had got her a reservation at this cute sushi place,
and you get to like sit upstairs, and like it was just a total vibe. Just the whole night was a vibe. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure it was a vibe. Either that or we just had been drinking so much.
Me and Jackie were vibing. I think
we are always a vibe. We're always a vibe.
There was some side stuff because bless people's hearts, but shit happens.
But we were vibing.
We were always vibing. No, it doesn't matter what's going on. What is happening around us, me and Jackie
as long as we're together, we're in our own world. We're just vibing.
I literally remember after that happened, I was talking with one of the friends we were with, and she was like, a whole thing went down, and I went to find you and Jackie, and you guys were just dancing on the dance floor in your own world, and you just grabbed me and started spinning me, and you guys didn't even know what was going on. And
I was there was another group of friends, and maybe they weren't getting along or something like that, and
we had no idea until the next day. And then they were explaining it to us, and we're like, wow, we really are in our own world when we're out.
Yeah.
That's how.
Wow, we have some great friends though.
They're amazing.
They're great.
We love them.
Yeah, good times. But I had lost my phone, and we were heading back to Oregon. So we drove from San Diego to Oregon. If you have not made that drive, it's a drive. Not the longest we've made, but it's a drive. And to top it off, we had gone out the night before.
I was going to say that one felt long because and like the other times that we had stopped and gone out, it was like 2 drinks.
Yeah, no, this one was like...
We drank.
Mm-hmm.
We did shots. We had been drinking since that morning because we went and got a breakfast birthday thing. And we got a flight of mimosa per person. And we thought...
it started early. It started like 10 a.m.
10 a.m. And we thought they were going to be small, glasses. That's why we each got our own. No, they were full glasses.
Yeah.
And we each finished it. And that was just at 10. And then we were drinking
throughout the day.
Till we went out.
All night into the next day.
Yeah.
It was, it was a good time, though.
It was a good time. Oh, it was a really fun time. We had a great time.
We were vibing.
Just, the phone. But that's another thing I love about Jackie is stuff like that. She doesn't let it bother her, and she doesn't get, mad or upset. She didn't even care.
It's definitely something I've worked on. I will say it's definitely something I've worked on because 24-year-old Jacqueline, she would have been heartbroken. She would have had a whole meltdown. So it's definitely something I've worked on. There's just so much more to this world.
She's accomplished it because she didn't even care.
Yeah. I think also the drinks kind of help.
Yeah.
I think I was a little bit sad, and I was like, I was a little sad, but I was like, I'm here with great people, and I also knew that I was with you, and you weren't gonna let anything bad happen to me.
Oh no.
So I had people that had me, and just everyone I was around that night after I lost my phone, I was like, all of these people I fully trust with my life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're still close to everyone that was there to this day. Still some of our closest friends.
Yeah.
So, made it easy.
Maybe a guy or two that aren't, but...
Oh, yeah. But the girls, we love you. You know who you are.
You know who you are.
We love you.
What was I saying? Oh, but going back to the topic of phones, we were driving back, and this girl, not even before we even drove, this girl was like, you can just use my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She basically, the whole drive back, had my phone.
I did, yeah. I wasn't really calling or texting anyone because I was like, it was kind of felt good, though. On a whole other note, it was a good,
It was, but what was so funny is your parents automatically knew to just call me. Because I remember I was consistently getting calls from your parents. And then, I was just consistently getting calls from your parents. And then also, previous, I'm going to grab the charger while we talk. But...
Yeah, she was just getting phone calls from my parents. I remember we were, back... Honestly, my parents call me kind of late. When I go on trips, my parents, like, don't call me too much. I think they know that I'm alive.
Yeah.
I guess if they know who I'm with, there we go.
Yeah.
They don't call me too much.
Which
Also,
they usually call me. But what's funny, even if we're not together, they call me.
She's my best friend, guys.
Yeah, so
we're just one.
We're one.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, just like she let me use her phone and I wasn't on it for like calling people or texting people, but I mean,
yeah, she was like just going through like social media and like and stuff like that, and I mean, for me, I don't. She's my best friend.
Yeah, I don't have anything to hide.
There's nothing to hide. Like, if some people maybe are shady because they're texting other people about other people, and I think that's why people usually get worried. You know what I mean?
Okay, but here's the thing. Have you seen these TikToks where someone's like, you can go through my whole phone, you just can't go through my messages with my best friend?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's accurate.
That. Mm-hmm.
I will say, though, one thing that I love about our friendship is we don't really say the things we say.
We don't really, I wouldn't say we talk, the things we say aren't like
mean
us
things.
Talking about people. The things we wouldn't want people to see are like embarrassing
stuff. It's not us talking bad about people. Because if we are talking about someone in the message, I already know what we're saying we would say to their face. Yeah. Even if it's bad. Which we don't really text bad about people.
No, I don't think so. I think we're just like how we're feeling.
Yeah, we talk about like our standpoint, our opinion, our emotions, and that stuff we would tell to that person. Mm-hmm. So we don't really have any negative texts. It's like she said, it's more like embarrassing stuff. Like personal stuff.
Yes, like embarrassing stuff. I would say
or like stuff that is like trauma that we're talking about with each other. That's personal, and that we don't want. We don't trust other. We
also go into detail about our day-to-day lives that we don't like. We wouldn't do with other people, so that's like things we don't want read. Same thing goes like pictures. I would let this girl go through all my pictures, but I wouldn't do that with other people. There's
pictures,
personal stuff.
Yeah,
there's personal stuff.
You don't know. There's also like security things in my photos.
Oh my gosh, listen to this. So my sister, talking about phones, my little sister sent me this message. I've added you as my legacy contact. I don't know if she's going to be upset that I put this on here, but...
We can cut it out.
No, she'll be fine. It's so you can access my stuff after I die. I'm sharing an access key with you, which your phone can save if it's up to date.
Is she feeling like her life is threatened?
She listens to too many true crime.
This girl is a baby.
Podcasts.
She's 21.
She listens to too many... she also lives in Glendale, Arizona.
Oh, I will say, I've been listening to, like, at work for some reason, the only way to stay awake at night is to watch, like, true crime documentaries, and I watched the Ted Bundy one, and the one before that was the Zodiac one, and I got so scared when I was home alone that I started showering with the curtain open. Because in my head, one of them was going to come get me in the shower.
Okay, no, but when I lived by myself, I had to have all the doors open. I could not sleep with the door. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to be able to see the whole house.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it was, and then I couldn't... it was that thought of closing my eyes in the shower and then opening them and they were there.
Oh, sometimes I would shower... No, yeah, you're totally right.
So I would shower with the curtain open because I could see to make sure no one was sneaking up on me.
Yes. My biggest fear was opening the shower curtains, and I'm like...
And then someone being there.
Yes.
And then I heard...
Or I have my eyes closed and someone's peeking into my...
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, and when I'm home alone and I come in my room after getting out of the shower, I look under my bed because there was that girl recently that took a shower. No, she got home, and for some reason, in a reflection, she saw a man hiding under her bed who was going to murder her. And so she quickly... This is a true story. This happened recently. Someone else talked about it on a podcast, I think. She quickly grabbed her phone and pretended like she was on the phone with her friend. And she's like, oh, I'm going to take a shower. And she went in the shower, locked the shower door, and climbed out the shower window and called the cops. And when the cops came, he was standing outside the bathroom with a knife ready to kill her. Yeah. And she had her door locked and everything. He broke in somehow. And just because she was able to see under her bed through a reflection. So now when I come home, I look under my bed and I look in my closet thing, and then when I'm home alone, sometimes I will lock my door if my door locks. And then I think it's like I feel like a little safer. But then also I get scared about my window because Ted Bundy sneaked in a sorority house through a window. So I'm a little scaredy cat. You know, it's just scary being a female.
It's so scary being a female.
So scary.
Our next podcast episode, or one of the ones coming up, that should be it, because it is so scary being a female. I just had this conversation with someone else, and I was like, who's the guy, and like reflecting on it, and just like the way that he felt and the way that I felt, I was like, that's so sad that I have to feel like this. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's like such a fear.
Yeah.
Because talking, like, I'm not saying there isn't dangerous girls out there is, but talking to a guy, like, how often do you hear them say, oh yeah, I was so scared about being murdered today or kidnapped that I showered with the curtain open? You don't hear that.
Yeah.
Unless they're like, young boy, like a little boy, and they're scared of being home alone or in the dark. But girls like that, the fact that I was able to say that and you could relate immediately, how sad is that? You say it to any girl, and every girl can relate because it's so common.
And it shouldn't be.
The
reality is it is so common. Mm-hmm. But it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be.
Wow.
Yeah. I will say, Zodiac he killed couples. Yeah. If you want to watch the documentaries, go for it. They're on Netflix.
There's so many good documentaries on Netflix. Mm-hmm. No, Hulu right now.
Oh yeah, there was the one, the family one that just came out. The mom that was...
Oh yeah, the 8-passenger one.
The 8-passenger one just came out. And then I watched on Netflix the Murdoch one.
Do you watch these at night, or do you watch these during the day?
I watch these I only watch them when I'm at work.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I can't really watch... Well, first, I purposely did not put a TV in my room because I don't want it to be a distraction.
As we're staring at my flat screen TV.
But I purposely didn't put a TV in my room because I felt like it was a distraction.
So much better than me.
So I like don't get to watch, like, I don't watch shows too often. I like to keep myself busy. So like the only time I really get to is in the evening. But that's like a scary time.
Yeah. No, I couldn't watch them at night if I was home alone. Or, like, I watch them at work because they pique your interest, you know what I mean? Like,
so you're like,
I don't watch scary movies because I don't like scary movies. Those don't pique my interest. But hearing about, like, it's a true crime documentary, for some reason you're like, oh, like, you want to hear. They don't tell you who did it right away. They don't tell you how they caught him right away. They, like, lead into it. So they get you hooked the first episode, and then you're like, oh, then you finish it through. That's why at work, when it's like, as a night shifter, like, depending on the hospital you're at, some hospitals, doesn't matter night or day shift, it's busy all the time. But sometimes night shift, it can get between 2 and 4, or 2 and 5 a.m. till you do your protonics at 6. But between 2 and 4 a.m., it's like, you like, oh dang, I am gonna fall asleep. And you need something to keep you hooked. And a regular TV show won't do it for me. I'll fall asleep. Because I sleep with my TV on. So that won't freaking do it for me. So I have to play something that actually piques my interest. So I'll usually do that, or I'll bring, like, my planner, or, like, I'll bring, like, my, like, I'll start studying, like, foreign languages on my phone to try to keep me awake. Or I'll bring my EKG and start studying EKG strips. Because I don't know my EKG strips, really. I'm med-surg, tele, monitored remotely. So... So, what are we at?
How did we get here?
Hour and 10 minutes? We didn't even talk about half the stuff we said we were going to talk about.
No, but it's okay. It's us. Fine. You know what? When in doubt,
reroute.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say...
I don't think we were in doubt, but, like, we did reroute.
We rerouted a couple times. But I would say, as we said in the beginning pod, like, sometimes the original destination is as good as the one you took. And I would say this destination was great.
You are totally right. I love that. Yeah. Love how you just drew that back in. Look at my best friend.
Drew it back in.
Reversed it in. Talking about driving, guys. Fun fact, my best friend loves a little pull through. I don't know why, but I am not that kind of girl. I think it's because so many times I'm pulling into a parking spot and someone's like, I'm going to pull through. And they pull through and I have to go find another parking spot.
That's me. I'm that one. I love a pull through because I hate backing up. I don't like to back up. I don't like to turn my neck around, which I know I have a mirror. I mean, I have a...
I kind of like to...
What do you...
I feel
the
so
camera,
cool
the
when I
camera.
back up.
Yeah, but you're good at, like, you do it, like, one-handed. Fun fact, she taught me how to parallel park.
Over the phone. One thing about long distance, you learn how to do things over the phone.
My dad had tried to teach me in New York City when he went with me when I first moved, and we stayed in the city because we were going to go watch John Cook, but then it got all rained in the park, and I couldn't see John Cook, but it's okay. We still went, and he was like yelling at, it just was not working out, and he was yelling at me, so eventually he just screamed at me to get out of the car. I love you, Dad. he doesn't know how to teach me that. And then Jackie called me one day, and I was like, oh man, there's a really good spot, but it's a parallel park spot, so I can't do it. She's like, well, just do this and this. And I was like, wait, do what again? And I just listened to her. First try, parallel parked. And I've been able to parallel park ever since. And she said it one time. One time.
You're a good student.
I don't know what it was. You know why? It's because she knows how my brain works.
I'm convinced that we just know each other so well. We know how our brain works, because you'll say things to me, and I'll be like, "Oh my gosh, that makes sense," and it'll stick in my head.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way my dad was explaining it, I was like, I don't get what you're like. This isn't making sense. But the way Jackie said it is exactly how my brain is wired. I was like, oh,
we're one.
We're one.
We're one.
Oh, I thought we. That wasn't a one.
Guys, if you were listening to us over Spotify, this was a moment you definitely should have been watching
you
us over YouTube.
It looked like a fist bump.
It probably did.
Oh, I'm gonna piss my pants. I'm gonna pee.
Oh, you are the funniest person I know.
Sorry, are you... Oh, wow, you're squatting.
My knees were killing me this weekend.
Did you do leg day?
Always do leg day.
Yeah, she's always doing leg day and back day. This girl's back over here looks like she's been doing back for 20 years. It is ripped. It is ripped.
Thank you.
A strapless shirt. Loves to see her coming.
Thank you. So listen, I wore off topic again, as we do. I wore a tube top the other day. I just got out of the shower.
You look good in tube tops.
Thank you. I had gotten out of the shower, and I think I had done some self tanner, and so I was wearing a tube top, and I was looking at my back, and I was like, wow, my back looks good. No,
as you should.
I wanted to show my parents my tan. Did I tell you I went tanning and I got sunburnt?
Really?
I went bed tanning, yeah.
Oh no, yeah, you did tell me. Yeah, you did tell me.
Embarrassing.
Bed tanning scares me.
Someone else told me that. Someone told me there's a show out there, like a TV show or something, maybe a book, but like someone can't get out of the tanning bed, so they get like...
Criminal Minds. There's an episode, I think it's Criminal Minds. There's an episode where someone got fried to death in the tanning bed, like, booth. And they open it up and there's a dead body because they were in there too long.
They do turn off by themselves.
I think that was a murder. So someone had purposely kept them in there,
Yeah.
I think they locked it or something.
I feel like you would have to be in there for a while. I mean, I don't know. What do I know? But, I wanted to show my parents my tan, so I was wearing a tube top, and instead I looked at my back, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so strong. So I went to go show them, and they didn't care. And then I called my sisters. You were working this night, okay? So I would have called my best friend.
You should call my mom. My mom loves stuff like that.
And then I FaceTimed my sisters to show them my tan and then show them my back muscles, and they kept picking on me because I am the lightest skinned in my family. Or I have the lightest skin in my family. There you go. And they kept picking on me, so I was like, okay, this is not about me.
Again, my mom's pale. You could have called my mom.
I should have.
She would have been like, wow, you're so tan.
My back was like killer though. I was so proud. Sometimes at the gym, and I'm can't talk. If I'm having a back day, I'll kind of like check myself out in the mirror, and then I realize like everyone in the gym can see me through the same mirror.
Everyone checks himself out at the gym. When I go, because I'll go upstairs and I'll dance, you know, and when I'll be doing like my like leg extensions and like my like kicks and stuff, I'll be in the splits, and then I see my butt, and I'm like, ah. And sometimes I'll flip around and I'll look at my butt in the mirror. Not that I'm not like, you know, Kardashian butt, but like I feel like I have a really nice plump butt.
You do. I would say you do.
It's very plumpy.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
That's actually
plumpy.
like one of my favorite parts of my body is my butt, plumpy butt.
I would say
and my calves.
I would say my butt's probably my favorite part too.
Yeah, you got a very nice butt.
Oh, thank you. Because my mom told me the other day. So I've lost, guys. I don't think most of you know this, but I've lost weight. And so like I'm trying to find jeans that fit me. I'm currently a size 2 right now, but I was wearing like an oversized. I was wearing an oversized hoodie, and my mom was like, "Oh, are those new jeans?" And I was like, "No, I've had these, and these were like the ones that I had on were like a size like 6, I think." And she was like, "Oh, I can't tell now that you don't have a butt or something like that." And I was like, "Oh, my feelings are hurt."
Definitely have a butt.
Thank you.
That is no. I think there's a difference between a What if we talk about this? There's a difference between like an in shape butt and then a butt you get from like carbs.
Yeah. Which I would take either or.
I would take. There's nothing wrong with either butt.
Mm-mm.
A butt, we love all butts.
We do.
Doesn't matter how you got the butt.
As long as you have it.
If you have the butt, love your butt.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have a butt, love the
your
butt. Love the bone.
She said the butt.
Bone broth is good for you.
You know what's also good for you, and I've never had lentil soup. Lentils.
Oh yeah, lentils. Lentils are good for you. I used to get those lentil chips from Trader Joe's. Remember?
Oh, I do like those.
But they're made with sunflower oil, which is really bad for you. So I stopped buying them. But I used to love those little lentil chips.
I don't really like lentil. Oh, I've never had them.
I don't know what a lentil is. Is it a bean?
I think so.
Right?
I don't know.
I think a lentil is a bean. They also used to have those little lentil, like, ramen noodle cups, too, I think, at Trader Joe's. I haven't been to Trader Joe's in a while.
Me either. We should go soon.
Yeah, we do go to Trader Joe's a lot. We sometimes go and then go to Sephora and Ulta. Oh yeah, not Sephora.
TJ Maxx. Not a Sephora, because we just found out we don't have a whole Sephora store in like a 45-mile radius.
I have to drive, and a lot of the stuff I get is only at Sephora. So I have to drive 45 minutes for all my stuff. You know what's annoying too? All my makeup is only at Sephora and my face care. Like I get the Ollie Henderson. You know which one I'm talking about? Olay, the orange bottle, OLE, and like.
Why don't you order it?
I do sometimes, but it takes so long to get here on Amazon.
Yeah, and when it runs out, it runs out.
And when it runs out, yeah. And so sometimes I need it, and it says, like a lot of times it'll say it'll take a week. And I'm like, I don't have a week.
Remember when Amazon used to be next day shipping?
Mm-hmm. I still get next day on some stuff, but some stuff is just like they don't give you next day. And that brand, they like don't. And Ulta doesn't carry that brand. But then what's annoying is I also use Pureology only for my hair. And you know what Sephora doesn't carry? Pureology. So I have to get my hair care from Ulta. Whoa! Actually, you know what I saw at Walmart yesterday?
What?
Pureology.
Oh, really?
They were selling Pureology, Redken, like all the name brands. I was like, what the heck? Me and my mom were taken back. It's the same price. I think it's like $4 cheaper. It's like $34 usually for a shampoo bottle, and it was like $30. It does. But I was like, look at Walmart coming in with the name brand hairstyles. I'm like, I don't even have to drive then.
Wow, that is convenient. You were at the Walmart yesterday? The one here in town?
No, the Albany one.
Oh, I was at the one. That's interesting. I was the one here in town.
Yeah.
I was sitting in my car and someone dinged my car.
Really?
Yeah. And I didn't think it was that bad, and then I got out of my car and it's like a white spot that's like this big. They were probably not. Once I think I accidentally cut someone off and I didn't even realize I did this, and they like drove after me, and I was scared. This was like a man, like a grown man that was probably the same age as my dad. And he was like driving after me. I was scared, and I didn't call.
Road rage is real.
I didn't call the cops or anything, and I think I should have, but I was scared. Like, I was too scared to stop driving.
There's people, like, nowadays, there's people that have been, like, shooting people from cars. Like, remember I told you we were driving one day with my brother and my mom, and the guy had cut us off, which we don't understand why he was mad at us, but he had cut us off. And he literally had, like, a wrench, and he was waving the wrench out the window, screaming at us, and he was, like, waving the wrench at our car. And so we just turned off because we're like, we're not messing with that. He's clearly deranged. But yeah, like people are like get, like, so mad. I don't get mad when I'm driving.
No, calm down. You're fine. We're live.
We're live. Like, why are we all gonna, like... I mean, obviously, if you blatantly, like, just ram into me, I'm not gonna be happy. But, like, if, like, someone passes me or someone is going slow or someone, I don't know, maybe gets a little too close to me, but then they realize and they're like, sorry, like, and then people are mean to them. Like, you're telling me you've never been driving and you've accidentally done something where you're like, ooh.
That you didn't realize? Yeah.
Like, why are you going to be yelling at someone? Like, why are we putting that karma in the world? I don't know.
Agreed. I agree.
But yeah, we should probably end this pretty soon.
Yeah. So, guys, thank you for going on our whole tangent with us. This is definitely going to be a 2-part series.
Yeah.
Part 1, part 2. I suggest you watch both.
This is going to be a long one. We're almost at an hour and a half.
So it'll be cut into 2. But you can listen to us on Spotify. Remember, Trial and Error Podcast. Or you can watch us on YouTube.
Yes.
Remember to give us a follow on Instagram.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. And don't forget, guys, when in doubt, reroute. Your 20s are very confusing. Mm-hmm. We will say. At least ours are. And then don't forget, we are Trial and Error.
Ooh,
we killed that.
We kill it every time. Look at that. She actually, we high-fived on that one. And then this is the awkward outro. Bye.